I'm Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic.
Hey, this is Alex Pruitt with Sports Illustrated Magazine.
This is Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And good afternoon from Sully Anderson Field here on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. I am your play-by-play commentator, Chris Gay, and today we have a beautiful doubleheader between the Ouachita Tigers and Delta State University. The second game of this doubleheader today. Ouachita fell here just about 30 minutes ago, 7-2 in the previous game. Reagan Stafford up to hit first for Delta State. Gonna let that one go for ball one. Stafford from South Haven, Mississippi. One of the top hitters on this Delta State team this season, just under, having a pretty nice batting average as she lets that one go. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's going to be foul tip behind. Count is 1-2. As I mentioned, Ouachita fell 7-2 in the previous game. It was 2-2 for a good long portion of the game, as that one has a chance to be a single, and it will be. Ouachita couldn't get onto it quick enough, and it'll be a single by Stafford to start out this game. Now up to bat for Delta State. Number 3, Elena Walker. Pitcher Maggie Huddleston calling for a new ball. But Walker, a junior from Taylorsville, Mississippi. Here's Huddleston, winds up, and that one's going to be fouled behind her. Count is 0-1. And I believe on the previous possession, as Huddleston, that one's going to be hit into right field for a single there for Delta State. There is one out on the board. Now Michaela Helms, the junior catcher from Winona, Mississippi, a transfer from Northwest Mississippi Community College, up to bat here. Perhaps Delta State's best player on the season. 40% batting average, 69% slugging percentage, 28 runs, 40 hits, 28 RBI, 7 home runs, all leading the team. Along with that, she's got 8 doubles and 11 stolen bases, as that one's going to be fouled behind her. Count is 0-1. And that one's going to be hit to left field, and that's going to be an easy out for Callie Jordan. And they're able to get a double play out of it as they're tied the runner out at first. So that's going to be a quick change here, as Delta State will now go on the defensive. Well, we'll take a very short break here, so stick around for more Ouachita softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer: caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
Our town, a place for new beginnings, stalwart pine trees, reuniting with old friends. Whether you find yourself here for a ball game, a wedding, or just to catch up with those you love, we want to invite you to be a guest on our front porch, a place to sit back and watch the world go by, a place where time seems to slow down. Our home away from home. Welcome back. Captain Henderson House, now accepting reservations.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. So we enter to the bottom of the first inning. Score remains 0-0, but some impressive fielding by Ouachita, who's really had a difficult season up to this point. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they lost the first game of this doubleheader, 7-2. As that one's going to be foul tip. That's Aaron Williams leading off for the Tigers. Facing off against Lacey Coates, pitching for Delta State. Coates, a senior from Hernando, Mississippi. Winds up, pitches, and that one's going to be hit to the shortstop, and that's going to be an easy out for Delta State. Good pickup by Sydney Peavy for the first out of the inning. Up to bat now for Ouachita is Caitlin Province. That one's going to be foul tip behind Province. That one's going to be hit into, and that one's going to be foul. Had a chance to be fair for a little bit. Count is 0-2 with one out. And that's going to be ball one in the count. Province is a freshman from Cave City, Arkansas, Cedar Ridge High School. That one's going to be foul tip behind her, just to the left of our broadcast. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Arkadelphia after some pretty heavy storms on Friday. It's been pretty sunny from here on out. Count is 2-2, still with one out. And that one's going to be a swing and a miss for Providence. That's going to be the second out of the bottom of the first. Up to bat now for Ouachita is Callie Jordan. This will be her 82nd at-bat on the season. It's just under a 30% batting average, as the home plate umpire going to head into the opposing dugout just for a second. Not sure what that was about. And looks like we can resume play. And just going to let that one go a little high. Will be ball one. Callie Jordan, the outfielder, the grad senior from Crystal Beach, Texas. And wind up, and that one's going to be inside for ball two. Well, I did mention it's a very beautiful day here at Sully Anderson Field, but it's also a very windy day, as I've already had some of my papers fly off. And Delta State's going to have a little conversation. At the pitcher's mound. Quick conversation. We are able to resume play here. As I mentioned, Ouachita has struggled thus far this season, 10-23 on the season. That one a little outside for ball three. 3-0 is the count. Going to see if Jordan can have a free trip to first. And that one's going to be inside for ball four. And Jordan's going to have her stroll to first base. Up to bat now for Ouachita is Madison Shoebottom, the freshman from Bald Knob, Arkansas. That one's going to be a swing and a miss on the first attempt. And that one's going to be foul tip behind. Count will be 0-2 with 2 outs. Wind up, and that one's way outside for ball one. Ouachita not looking to go on the defensive just yet, as Shoebottom, that one's going to be foul and caught in the bullpen by one of the Ouachita catchers. One, 2 is the count with 2 outs. Wind up, and that one is popped straight up. Should be pretty easy for Delta State, and Coates gets right up under it for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, we'll take a break here along with the teams, so stick around for more Tiger softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
If you or a loved one gets hurt in an accident,
you need true care and concern.
you can hand us everything, the bills, the paperwork, and anything else you need help with.
So you can focus on recovering from your injury.
That's why people turn to the Taylor King Law Firm.
You need an attorney with integrity and experience in dealing with the complex details.
We do everything we can to relieve the stress and take care of your family.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
I'm Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic.
Hey, this is Alex Pruitt with Sports Illustrated Magazine.
This is Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
And welcome back to Washita softball here at Sully Anderson Field. Beautiful day here in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Score remains 0-0 as we enter the top of the second inning. For Delta State, up to bat is Jenny Riggers, as that one's hit straight to third, and that is an easy out for Washita. Jesselyn Ahrens picked that up pretty easily. And a quick throw to Lauren Lester at first for the first out of the inning. Up to bat now for Delta State is Caitlin Harmon. Harmon is an infielder, freshman infielder from Collierville, Tennessee, Collierville High School. That one's outside for ball one. Wind up, and that one is foul tip behind. Huddleston so far has only allowed one hit. She did not play in the first of this doubleheader, as that was Tuesday Melton. That one foul tip just to the right of us. Count is 1-2 with one out. Huddleston winds up, pitches, and that's going to be straight to... Oh, and she can't come away with the catch. That was Lacey Ornelas trying to get up under it, but she may have lost it in the sun. And now there's a runner on first, and now up to bat for Delta State, Jalen Taylor. And that one's hit, popped up, and it lands right into the Tiger dugout. Thought Ahrens had a chance there for a second. Oh, 1 is the count. Jalen Taylor is a freshman catcher, as that's going to be in for ball one. Taylor, a freshman from Byhalia, Mississippi, and Lewisburg High School. And that one's going to be straight into center field. It's Wade trying to get it to third, can't connect. And now we have runners at second and third. Wade trying to get the out at third base, but it was a little over Aaron's head. And now Harmon will be at third. Sydney Peavy, the junior infielder from JS Mississippi and Lawrence County High, up to bat. Huddleston winds up, and that's going to be a bunt. And a nice job. Can get, possibly a double. Williams couldn't handle. Definitely some excitement there. The out at first by Huddleston. Huddleston trying to get it to to Williams. She could not hold on to that one. So they allow the first score of the game. Williams trying to throw it over to third. Ahrens wasn't really in position. So now there's a runner on just third, as now up to bat is Lindsey Coffey, junior infielder, transfer from Northeast Community College. And that one's going to be fouled. It looked like it was fair for a second, but it had a pretty nasty curve. Got it right in front of the dugout for Delta State. That one's going to be outside. Williams keeping an eye on Jalen Taylor on third. Huddleston winds up, and that's going to be hit straight to, and it will remain fair as Delta State's able to get their second run of the day after a nice hit there by Coffey. Well, Delta State with an early 2-0 lead. Ouachita trying to get out of the inning as they're sitting with 2 outs. Up to bat now for Delta State is Alyssa Gover. That one's going to be a little inside, but a little low. Will be ball 1. Gover's had a solid season. 31 batting average. He's had 2 triples. 45% slugging percentage. And that one's going to be foul tip behind. One is the count with 2 outs. And that one's going to be hit straight up, but it will be fouled just by the bathrooms. 1-2 is the count. Winds up, and that one's way outside for ball 2. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs here in the second inning. Huddleston winds up, and that's going to be hit straight to short, and it will be an easy out for Ouachita, the third out of the inning, as Ouachita is able to escape the inning after allowing 2 straight runs. So Ouachita looking to go on the offensive here going into the bottom of the second inning. So stick around for that action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
And welcome back to the bottom of the second inning here. Sully Anderson Field on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Ouachita trailing by 2. As number 7 Maggie Huddleston is up to bat here. Lets that one go for ball 1. And that one's going to be swing and a miss by Huddleston. So far in the season, this will be her 72nd at bat. Had 19 hits on the season. That one's going to be foul tip behind her. 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. Wind up a little high for ball 2. The count is 2-2. That one is very low into the dirt. For ball 3, we have a full count here for Huddleston. Ouachita struggled all year on the offensive side as Huddleston, that one's going to be fouled to the left. Huddleston looking to make a splash here to get this Tiger team going. Wind up pitch, and that one's low, and it will be a swing and a miss by Huddleston for the 3rd strike. Up to bat is Lauren Lester. Plays first. North Little Rock High School alum. Wind up pitch, and Lester hits it to the opening, and a great catch there by Reagan Stafford coming out of left field. It looked like that ball was going to be able to sit down for a second. But Stafford delivering the 2nd out of the inning for Delta State. Now up to bat for Ouachita, Tiffany Backerberg, making her 25th at-bat appearance. Swing and a miss by Backberg. Backberg is a freshman outfielder from Peyton, Colorado, and Falcon High School. That one's high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count with 2 outs. Coates has done a solid job pitching for Delta State, not allowing a single hit so far. That was going to be ball 2, 2-1 is the count. Wind up, pitch, that one's way inside. Backberg had to dodge it a little bit. Will be ball number 3. Coates looking to not walk Backberg. And that one's going to be hit straight up. Delta State might be able to get up. Nope, no, they won't be able to get up under it as that lands into the Ouachita bullpen. Now we have a full count here. With 2 outs, Ouachita looking to not go on defense so early here. Umpire taking a second here. Wind up pitch, and that's a swing and a miss by Backberg. Solid job by Coates. Now Delta State will go on the offensive here to try to add to their 2-0 lead. We'll stick around for the top of the 3rd inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
And welcome back to the top of the third inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita still trailing 2-0 as Delta State was able to add 2 runs on the board earlier in the second inning. Will be ball 1 as up to bat for Delta State will be Stafford. And that's didn't go all the way through the swinging motion. Actually, yep, they will say it's safe. Home plate umpire had to have some reassurance. Count will be 2-0. Actually, a home plate umpire is going to have maybe a chat with yet one of the Ouachita coaches. Not really sure what this is about. So we have a little pause in the action. Actually, I believe it will be because Riley Gillis checked in at shortstop during the break, taking out Lacey Ornelas. And now we have our action resuming here. 2-0 is the count. Wind up pitch, and that one's straight down the middle, but a little high for ball 3. Stafford with a serious chance of going to first here. Wind up pitch, and that's going to be ball number 4 as Stafford walks straight to first. Up to bat now for Delta State is number 3, Elena Walker. Walker's been one of their more successful players this season. 14 runs and 27 hits on the season, along with 11 stolen bases. I think that one's going to be foul tipped. 0-1 is the count. Wind up pitch, and that one's going to be inside for ball number 1. And we're going to have a time here for Ouachita to meet with Huddleston at the mound. I don't think we'll have a pitching substitution. No, we won't. Just wanted to have a little conversation. Walker so far today in her previous at-bat and a hit. Looking to replicate that here today. As Delta State has had some success with their batting here early. That one's going into right field, and that will be a single for Walker, as we have some advancement to second as well. Now up to bat is Michaela Helms. Wind up pitch. That one's going to be bunt. Lester. And that's going to be an out. We heard, I think, one of the coaches for Ouachita screaming that Helms was going to be out, but the sacrifice bunt by Helms. Those of you at home probably could not hear, but somebody was saying that Helms was going to be out. She could not go backwards. So Lester really didn't even need the tagger, as that one is going to be bombed to left field, as that one's going to be catch it for the out, and Ouachita is able to, and that's going to be called safe, as Delta State was able to get a run out of that situation. Now Delta State leads 3-0 here in the third inning. Huddleston wants a new ball.
Designated player, Caitlin Harmon.
Up to bat for Delta State is Caitlin Harmon, the designated hitter. That one's going to be outside for ball one. Well, previously, it was a nice catch by Shelby Smith in the outfield, but unfortunately for Ouachita, they gave up a run out of it. That one's going to be hit, and I don't think that will stay fair, as that one's going to be in the in the bullpen of Delta State. It looked fair for a little bit, but I think the wind maybe carried it a little bit farther to the right. As I did mention, it is a very windy day here. Wind up pitch outside for strike number 2. As Harmon, I think, went all the way through with her swinging motion. Huddleston looking to get out of the inning. Winds up pitches. That one's going to be in the dirt for ball number 2. Huddleston winds up. That one's going to be foul tip behind everybody. Count is still 2-2 with 2 outs. Winds up. That one's going to be hit to left field, but it will not stay fair. Again, I think maybe the wind carried it a little bit there as it went into the back left corner of the wall. Harmon on the day has 1 run, hits it, shoe bottom, collects it, but unfortunately couldn't react in time, and Ouachita gives up its 4th run of the game, 2nd of the inning.
Catcher, Jalen Taylor.
Jalen Taylor up to hit now for Delta State. Looks like shoe bottom. Trying to collect herself after that dive. She might have had her breath taken away after that dive. It was a great athletic play. It looks like she's all right. Winds up, pitches. That one's going to be hit to left field. And she gets up under it. That was a great catch by left fielder Shelby Smith, delivering the third out of the inning. Now Ouachita has a chance to put some points up on the board. So stick around for the bottom of the third inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of Bats and Signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
And welcome back to Sully Anderson Field. On the campus of Ouachita Baptist University, we have Tigers softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita trailing 4-0 here at the bottom of the third inning. Up to bat for Ouachita, Riley Gillis. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Up next for Ouachita after this game, they'll take on number 24, Southern Arkansas, who leads the conference. And that one's going to be hit, will be foul. But as I mentioned, Ouachita's next game will be March 31st at 2 p.m. here at Sully Anderson Field, hosting Southern Arkansas. For Delta State, they'll travel to the University of Alabama in Huntsville for a conference game on April 1st, as that's going to be an easy out for Delta State. Now up to bat for Ouachita is Jesselyn Ahrens.
Third baseman, Jesselyn Ahrens.
Ahrens, a sophomore from DeWitt, Arkansas, DeWitt High School. Wind up pitch. That one's going to be way inside. Ball one. That's going to be a swing and a miss by Ahrens. Could definitely tell she kind of regretted swinging at that one. One is the count. That one's going to be outside for ball number 2. Wind up pitch. And that one's going to be hit straight up. And it's an easy out by Lindsay Coffey. Ouachita has not had much success on the offensive end. As they have 0 hits compared to the 5 hits by Delta State. Now up to bat for the Tigers is Aaron Williams, the catcher. It's a swing and a miss for strike 1. That one's hit straight up, and that will hit the top of the dugout for Delta State. 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Delta State in prime position here, just needs one more strike to have a chance to add to this great lead. That one's going to be high for ball one. 1-2 is the count. Coates winds up, pitches. Williams hits it to the outfield, and that's going to be a great snag by Alyssa Gover out of center field. Well, Ouachita will go on and field here at the top of the 4th inning. Delta State has a chance to add to their 4-0 lead. We'll stick around for more Tiger softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
Our town, a place for new beginnings, stalwart pine trees, reuniting with old friends. Whether you find yourself here for a ball game, a wedding, or just to catch up with those you love, we want to invite you to be a guest on our front porch. A place to sit back and watch the world go by. A place where time seems to slow down. Our home away from home. Welcome back. Captain Henderson House, now accepting reservations.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. As we enter the top of the 4th inning, Ouachita trailing 4-0. As Sydney Peavy for Delta State up to bat first. Has an RBI already today. And shoe bottom out of her reach. And that's going to be an easy single for Peavy leading off. Lindsay Coffey, who had the previous out going into this, ending the 3rd inning, is up to bat now. Winds up pitches. That one's going to be low. For ball 1. Huddleston winds up, pitches. That one's going to be hit to shoe bottom. Great. And that's going to be an immediate double play single-handedly by shoe bottom. Was really in the right place at the right time for that catch. Just about ran into Peavy. Now Alyssa Gover. Up to hit. Winds up pitches. That one's going to be fouled to the right of us. (0-1) is the count with 2 outs. Winds up pitches. That's going to be high for ball 1. Winds up pitches. That one's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-1 is the count. winds up, pitches, and it's a swing and a miss by Gover. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Delta State hoping to not have the inning end so soon. Winds up, pitches, that's going to be high and outside. And now we have a full count. Huddleston winds up, and it's going to be hit straight to Shoe Bottom to Lester for the 3rd out, and now Ouachita will go on the offensive. Well, solid fielding by Ouachita. Now they're looking to replicate that success with their batting. So stick around for the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
I'm Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic.
Hey, this is Alex Pruitt with Sports Illustrated Magazine.
This is Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
This is Danielle Musselman.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart of ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
And up to bat for Ouachita, going to be Shelby Smith. That one's going to be outside for ball 1. Winds up, pitches, and that's fouled to the right of us. Smith is a freshman from Waco, Texas, and Midway High School. Winds up, pitches, and that's going to be swing and a miss by Shelby Smith. Count is 1-2. Winds up, pitches. That's going to be low and inside for ball number 2. 2-2 is the count. Coates winds up. Going to be low and inside for ball number 3. And now we have a full count for Shelby Smith. Coates winds up, way outside, and Smith is going to walk to first. Up to bat for Ouachita now. It's Callie Jordan. Jordan has already been walked today. Have a brief stoppage in play. Now we have it back going again. That one's going to be outside for ball number 1. Coates winds up, and that's going to be hit. Tag out at second, but safe at first is Jordan. So Shelby Smith exits, and now Madison Shoebottom up to bat here for Ouachita. That one's going to be high for ball number 1. Shoe Bottom, 65th at bat on the season. Just a freshman. As that's going to be strike number 1. That one's going to be foul tip behind. Now the count is 1-2 with 1 out. Winds up, and I believe that's going to be another foul tip for Shoe Bottom. Coates winds up, and a swing and a miss by Shoe Bottom for out number 2 of the inning. Maggie Huddleston up to bat now for Ouachita. Just going to let that one go for strike number 1. Huddleston is a junior from Bee Branch, Arkansas, a transfer from Central Baptist College in Conway, as that one goes over their head for strike number 2. Winds up, pitches. That one's going to be low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Winds up, pitches, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Huddleston. And now Ouachita will go on the defensive. So Delta State looking to add some more points to their lead so far. So stick around for the top of the 5th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
If you or a loved one gets hurt in an accident,
You need true care and concern,
you can hand us everything, the bills, the paperwork, and anything else you need help with.
so you can focus on recovering from your injury.
That's why people turn to the Taylor King Law Firm.
You need an attorney with integrity and experience in dealing with the complex details.
We do everything we can to relieve the stress and take care of your family.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
I've heard people say Ouachita. Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Oakita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Washita. Washita.
How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Washita.
And welcome back to the top of the 5th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Ouachita still trails 4-0 here, as it has not really been the Tigers' day, and they're looking to not lose the second of this doubleheader against his non-conference opponent, as that one's hit to Shoe Bottom. Shoe Bottom to Lester, can't get there quite in time, but another great play by Madison Shoe Bottom. As Stafford is now at first, and Elena Walker up to bat now for Delta State. And that one's going to be, and they could not get the tag out at second. Oh, and looks like Stafford was hit by that throw there on the back of her helmet. But she is safe at third. Stafford seems all right. May have been a little rattled, as Shoe Bottom was trying to get it to Ahrens at third. She was unable to make the tag out at second. That one's going to be hit up by Walker, and it's going to be a run scored again for Delta State. Stafford able to get all the way home. Now Delta State leads 5-0 here in the 5th inning. Michaela Helms up to bat now for Delta State. That one's going to be way outside. And Walker is going to be able to walk to second. One zero is the count. It's going to be ball number 2 for Huddleston. Huddleston winds up, pitches. That one's going to be low and inside for, actually that's going to be strike 1. I don't quite have the same great angle as the home plate umpire, so my calls may not always be correct. Huddleston winds up. It's going to be foul behind. Winds up, pitches. That one's going to be fouled off to the left in front of the Tigers dugout. 2-2 is the count. And that one's going to be hit. Shoe Bottom able to pick it up. And they're able to tag her out at third possibly, and definitely a tag out at second. So it'll be 2 outs by the Tigers. Some solid fielding there. It was a good pickup by Shoe Bottom, initiating the play. And now up to bat for Delta State is Lindsay Coffey. One zero is the count with 2 outs. That one's low and inside. And my mistake, that is Jenny Griggers up to bat, the junior from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He's had a fantastic season thus far, as Ouachita's going to have a meeting at home at the pitcher's mound. But Huddleston looks to stay in. Wind-up pitch, and it's going to be outside. Umpire taking a second to wipe off the plate as we resume action. 3 balls, 0 strikes, as that one's going to be hit past Ahrens. And it's going to be a single for Griggers. Up to bat now for Delta State, Caitlin Harmon. As Ouachita's head coach having a conversation with home plate umpire, as actually we will have a substitution at pitcher for Ouachita. Maggie Huddleston checks out, and junior Hannah Hunter checks in. Hunter's going to have a chance to get a warm-up here, and Hunter's a junior from Malvern, Arkansas. Transfer from Arkansas Rich Mountain. So far this season, Hunter has not come away with a win so far in 10 appearances. Has 3 losses credited. Has pitched in 22 innings so far this season. Has 9 strikeouts on the season. And her first appearance today. Will be strike number 1 for Hunter. Winds up pitches. That one's going to be foul tipped, and it was a nice effort there at going from first to second by Griggers, making the sliding play, but that advancement won't count. And gets past Ahrens, and is a nice single by Harmon. Up to hit now for Delta State is Jalen Taylor. Ouachita sitting with 2 outs. Winds up pitches. Will be hit to center field. See if Wade gets there, and she will. Gets up under it. And actually, my mistake, that is Tiffany Backberg with a great catch out in the outfield. Well, we'll stay right here, but be back for the bottom of the 5th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Lauren Lester up to bat for Ouachita as they trail 5-0 here in the 5th inning. And Lester, she's going to be able to get to first as Coffee couldn't seem like she could get it up under. And crazy enough, that is just the first hit by Ouachita today. The bottom of the 5th inning. Delta State has 10 hits so far. So maybe that's the spark of offense that Ouachita needs to get something going. Beckberg. Gonna let that one go for a strike. 1-1 is the count. Winds up pitches. Be foul tip behind her. One, two is the count. Winds up, pitches. Gonna let that one go. A little high for ball number 2. Coates winds up, pitches. And that one's hit straight up. Just in front of some fans towards the front section. 2-2 is the count still. Coates winds up. And that one's going to be. And Backberg's going to walk to first after the ball made contact. Right on the elbow. I'm sure that didn't feel good, but it probably feels good to be able to get on to first here. Now up to bat for Ouachita, Riley Gillis. Gillis going to let that one go down for strike number 1. That one's going to be way outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Ouachita with runners at first and second, sitting with 0 outs. That one a little high. Ball number 2. Winds up, pitches. That one's going to be sort of a sacrifice bunt there, and Gillis going to be tagged out at first. But not before the advancement of Lester the third. And Backberg to second. Jesselyn Ahrens up to bat here for Ouachita. That one's going to be foul tip behind just to the right of us. Coates winds up, pitches. That's going to be high for ball number 1. Winds up, pitches. That's going to be a swing and a miss by Ahrens. 1-2 is the count. Ouachita would love some runs here to try to get back into this game, as that one's hit straight back just to the right of us. Winds up. Pitches. Going to be outside to the right. Actually, that's going to be strike 3. Much to the fans' displeasure. And it definitely looked like that may have been outside to me, but Aaron Williams up to hit, as that's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 1. Ouachita sitting with 2 outs. And that one's going to be hit straight to the left, or back to the left. 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Ouachita hoping to not waste this opportunity, as Williams hitting it to center field, and she's able to get up under it. That was Alyssa Gover with the out. Well, Ouachita go on the defensive here at the top of the 6th. Delta State looking to continue to add to their momentum, to their great lead. Stick around for more Tiger softball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Up to bat now for Delta State will be number 14, Kara Rankin, a junior from Manville, Louisiana, and Lakeshore High School. Gonna let that one go for strike number 1. This is Rankin's first appearance today. Hunter winds up, pitches. Will be low for ball 1. Well, Ouachita previously, in the previous inning, had a great opportunity to get some runs on the board, but fell just short, with runners on second and third. Delta State has had no issue with their offense today. Obviously, 5 runs off of 10 hits. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the 5th inning. Hunter winds up, pitches, and will be outside. Rankin checked her swing for ball number 2. 2-2 is the count. And that one's going to be hit straight past Hunter. Gillis couldn't get there. And it will be a single by Rankin. Now up to bat for Delta State. Shortstop, Lindsay Coffey. Gonna let that one go low for ball 1. Or it may have been foul tip. And that's going to be a swing and a miss by Coffee. 0-2 is the count. Winds up, swings, and that one's going to be fouled behind him. Hunter winds up, pitches. That one's going to be way outside. And Rankin is able to advance to second. And Washita sits with a 1-2 count. Hunter winds up, pitches, and that one, Coffee had to stretch for a little bit. Fouled to the right of us. Hunter winds up, pitches. That's going to be hit to the left field. I think that might stay, and it doesn't matter. Great catch there as Washita is able to get 2 outs there. They're able to tag out Rankin at third, and a great catch by Shelby Smith, tracking it out of fair play to make the first out. Up to bat now for Delta State, number 20, Morgan Bigby, the junior infielder from Lexington, Mississippi, a transfer from Mississippi Delta Community College. This is Bigby's first appearance today. Also an alum of Central Holmes Christian School. Hunter winds up, and it's going to be foul tip. Count is 0-1. And that one's going to be hit straight up. Washita should be able to get right up under it, and Shoe Bottom does for out number 3 of the inning. Washita will go on offense here at the bottom of the 6th, so stick around for more Tiger softball action here. The Washita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
What if wealth building wasn't just for the wealthy? And what if a bank set out to build a more financially inclusive world by helping 10,000 people achieve home ownership, supporting the creation and retention of 100,000 jobs, and empowering 1 million savers? Well, that would be a different kind of bank. That would be Southern Bancorp. Join the change at banksouthern.com/whatif. Southern Bancorp.
And welcome back to the 6th inning here. Sully Anderson Field on the campus of Washita Baptist University. Up to bat for Washita, Shelby Smith. Gonna let that one go for ball number 1. Smith's going to foul that one off behind her. Smith, in one of her earlier at-bat appearances, was able to walk to first. That one's going to be outside again. Ball number 2. Wind-up pitch. That one's low. Is able to get her to bite on it for strike number 2. 2-2 is the count. And that one's going to be high for ball number 3. It is a full count. For Smith. Wind-up pitch. That one's going to be low. And Delta State's going to have the out. Out number 1. Good job by Sydney Peavy tracking it down at second. Kicking it over to Griggers at first for the easy out. Now up to bat for Ouachita, number 6, Callie Jordan. Like Smith earlier at bat, was able to walk to first. That one straight down the middle for strike number 1. That one a little high and inside for ball 1. Coates wind up and outside strike zone for ball number 2. Wind up pitch, and it's going to be popped up, and Coates got right up under it for the easy out. Will be out number 2 as Madison Shoebottom set to hit. Shoebottom has had a very solid day with fielding. Seems like I've called her name a lot as she's been making some acrobatic plays left and right. Now she's sitting with a 1-0 count as she hits that to left field, and that's going to be up against the wall, trying to get to second, and she is safe at second. Sydney Peavy couldn't tag her out in time, and Shoebottom is hyped, and so of her teammates, for that great run by the freshman. Now up to bat for Ouachita is Hannah Hunter, making her first at-bat appearance today. Coates winds up, and Hunter swings at the first thing she sees, and that's going to be strike number 1. But that previous hit was a great hit by Shoebottom, as I mentioned. She's had a great day fielding, and she delivered just the second hit of the game for the Tigers, as that's a quick swing by Hunter for strike number 2. But that ball sure looked like it was going to be out of play for a single home run. And Hunter swing and a miss for strike number 3. And now as we enter the top of the 7th inning, Ouachita will head out onto the field and try for a miracle to get back into this game. So stick around for the top of the 7th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
If you or a loved one gets hurt in an accident,
You need true care and concern,
you can hand us everything, the bills, the paperwork, and anything else you need help with.
so you can focus on recovering from your injury.
That's why people turn to the Taylor King Law Firm.
You need an attorney with integrity and experience in dealing with the complex details.
We do everything we can to relieve the stress and take care of your family.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
And welcome back to the top of the 7th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Live from Sully Anderson Field as the sun begins to wane behind us. And what is a beautiful day, but a windy and pretty chilly day for some Ouachita softball. Going to be ball number 1 for Reagan Stafford. She's had a pretty solid day. She's had 2 runs and her 2 at-bats. Will be ball number 2. Hunter wind-up pitch outside. For ball number 3, 3-0 is the count. And Stafford's going to walk to first. Elena Walker up to bat now for Delta State. Winds up pitches. Will be inside for strike number 1. Hunter winds up, pitch. That's going to be fouled just behind the bathrooms. Count is 0-2. Winds up, pitches, and that's going to be hit, pop straight up, and Shoe Bottom got up under it for out number 1. Now up to bat for Delta State, Michaela Helms. As I mentioned, she's had a fantastic season. Ouachita has held her to just 1 hit in 3 at-bat appearances. That one outside. Oh, that's going to be over Shoe Bottom's head. But Backbird able to contain it and keep Stafford at second. Sure looked like that could have been a disastrous play as Williams's throw, it got there just a little strong. Winds up pitches. And that's going to be ball 1. 1-1 is the count. With 1 out here in the 7th. Winds up. And that's going to be a little high. Helms checked her swing. That's going to be ball number 2. 2-1 is the count. Hunter winds up. Pitches high again. Hunter winds up, pitches, swing and a miss by Helms, and now it's a full count. Hunter winds up, pitches, low, and she's going to walk to first, and now we have runners on first and second. Now up to bat for Delta State, junior infielder Jenny Griggers. Griggers is from Lake Charles, Louisiana. As we're going to have a pitching change for Ouachita, as Hannah Hunter checks out. And number 13, Cody Batchelor, the freshman from Poyen, Arkansas, and Poyen High School. So far this season, Batchelor's had 11 appearances and has 1 win to her name with a 5.37 ERA. Had 13 strikeouts so far. It's allowed 25 hits and 16 runs and has walked 5 batters in 14 innings of play. At Poyen High School, Batchelor was a 2A All-State selection, as well as All-Conference and All-Star Softball Game nominee. In her first season with the Tigers. Williams throws, and that's going to be safe at third. Shoebottom had to really adjust, but Stafford able to slide in at third. Helms also advances to second. 1-0 is the count with a 1 out. Winds up, pitches. And that's going to be a 1-1 count. Batchelor winds up and was going to be hit. Will be foul off to the left. Batchelor winds up, and that was going to be hit, and Lester is able to get the tag out at first off a fielder's choice by Ahrens, but but they were able to allow a run, and now it is 6-0 with 2 outs in the inning. Bachelor, wind-up pitch, outside. Caitlin Harmon batting here. Bachelor winds up, pitches. Straight down the middle, but a little low, will be ball number 2. Bachelor winds up, pitches, be hit, and that one will be foul. Bachelor winds up, pitches, will be strike number 2. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Will be outside for ball number 3, and we are sitting at a full count here with 2 outs. Bachelor winds up, pitches, and that one is not going to stay fair. Hit out of the field of play over to the left by the tennis field house. Bachelor winds up, pitches, will be hit to shoe bottom. Shoe bottom gets the tag out at first, and now Ouachita will have a chance to bat here. Well, Ouachita trying to cut into the 6-0 deficit, so stick around for the bottom of the 7th inning here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
If you or a loved one gets hurt in an accident,
You need true care and concern,
you can hand us everything, the bills, the paperwork, and anything else you need help with.
so you can focus on recovering from your injury.
That's why people turn to the Taylor King Law Firm.
You need an attorney with integrity and experience in dealing with the complex details.
We do everything we can to relieve the stress and take care of your family.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
6-0 is the score here. The bottom of the 7th inning as Lauren Lester is set to hit for Ouachita. Ouachita looking to somehow come away with a miracle. And would need 6 runs, or well, 7 to pull it off. Lester going to let that one go down for strike number 1. Wind up pitch will be high for ball number 1. 1-1 is the count. And that one's going to be hit just in front of us. despite the 6-run deficit. Some fans here having some fun as Lester's hit is going to stay fair. And she'll come away with the single, as that will be her second hit of the day. Tiffany Backerberg up to bat here. Coates winds up pitches. That's going to be way inside. Backberg had to get totally out of the way. Winds up pitches. That one's a little high and outside that time. Ball number 2. Coates winds up, pitches, will be down the middle, but a little low for ball number 3. And Coates going to take a second here to collect herself. Coates winds up pitches, and that's going to be a little high for ball number 4. And a similar situation before where Lester and Backberg were both at first and second as Riley Gillis is up to bat. That previous trip that I am mentioning, Gillis had the sacrificial bunt, which allowed them to advance to third and second. And now we have a pinch runner in for Ouachita. Lauren Lester checks out. And at second, we now have junior Emma McCorkle. McCorkle from Greenwood, Arkansas, Greenwood High School. We are just about ready to resume play. Winds up pitches. Will be strike number 1. Well, Gillis, who's up to bat now as a freshman from Sheridan, Arkansas, Sheridan High School. That one's going to be a little high for ball 1. Coates winds up. Will be outside for ball number 2. 2-1 is the count. And that one's going to be outside for ball number 3. And if you're Ouachita, this could potentially be a pretty good situation. If Gillis is able to walk to first, then we would have bases loaded. That one's going to be inside, and yes, it will be. Bases are loaded now for Ouachita. Now they still trail by 6, but they have 0 outs to deal with. Now up to bat, Jesselyn Ahrens as Delta State head coach Whitney Way going to have a conversation with Coates. Well, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Ouachita will stay at home to host the top team in the conference, Southern Arkansas, number 24 in the country, on March 31st. For Delta State, they will go back to Cleveland, Mississippi to take on University of Alabama in Huntsville. That one's going to be strike one, right down the middle. And that one's going to be hit to center field, and that's going to be an easy out for Delta State. That is just the first out of the inning. Aaron Williams is the top hitter on this Tiger team up to bat now. Well, in other Tiger athletic news, Ouachita baseball took their 8th straight win with, and that one, I thought it was going to hit me for a second, as that ball goes back and to the left of us, but Ouachita baseball taking their 8th straight win with a 13-0 victory over Christian Brothers. So congratulations to them as Williams hits it out. That could be gone. Oh, and that's a grand slam by Aaron Williams. And just like that, Ouachita's back into this game. I just had a feeling when bases got loaded. 6-4 is your score. What a play by Aaron Williams, who leads the team in home runs. And we might just have a change at pitcher. For Delta State, and we sure do. Madison Jenkins, who previously pitched in the previous game, came away with the win. Checks in for Lacey Coates. Madison Jenkins is a junior from Cleveland, Mississippi, Bayou Academy High School and Itawamba Community College on the season. Has a 7.0 ERA. 5-10 is her record on the season. Has pitched in 72 innings and has struck out 37 batters and has walked 35. Shelby Smith up to bat now for Ouachita. Well, in the previous game, Madison Jenkins allowed 6 hits, but was able to strike out 4 batters. Now Ouachita looking to ride this sudden boost of momentum as Smith hits it, and that one caught up under by Jenny Griggers at first, and now we have 2 outs as Callie Jordan is up to bat now. Jenkins winds up pitches a little outside the strike zone for ball number 1. On deck for Ouachita is Madison Shoebottom, who had a fantastic double earlier in the game. And that's going to be ball number 2 with 2 outs. Jenkins winds up, pitches, will be low that time for ball number 3, sitting with 2 outs. Jenkins winds up outside for ball 4 as Jordan is able to walk to first. Now Shoe Bottom set to hit here. Jenkins winds up. Will be a little high. Shoe Bottom not fooled for ball number 1 with 2 outs. Winds up pitches. That one will be a little inside for ball number 2. That one's going to be a strike down the middle. And the count is 2-1 with 2 outs. Ouachita trails by 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. And Shoe Bottom with the hit and the tag out at first for the easy out. Well, 6-4 is your final as Delta State is able to take the second of this doubleheader today as they also won the first. Well, it was a fantastic performance by both teams, but Delta State really had the advantage all day long. Well, Ouachita will be back in action here at Sully Anderson Field against the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas University, which will be on March 31st at 2 p.m., barring any weather changes. Delta State will go back home and take on University of Alabama at Huntsville, back in Cleveland, Mississippi on University Field. Well, from all of us here at Ouachita Sports Digital Network, thank you for tuning in. I'm Chris Gay signing off, and go Tigers.
Touchdown, Ouachita! Way up at the buzzer! Is it going to be